Hello, everyone, and welcome back to State Series Podcast. I am here and so grateful to be back as we move into our second episode. Thank you so much for watching episode 1. I really appreciated it. It was a great success, and I'm excited to be back again. So here at State Series Podcast, every episode I dive into a certain state, and I don't just talk about the analytics behind the state and demographics and stuff like that, but also travel tips, places to go, and at the end I come up with my state score, which I've taken a bunch of factors and give the state a score out of 100, and it will be ranked with other states, so that's exciting. So today, the state we are going to be going over is Tennessee. So get cozy, comfortable, relaxed. I know I am. And let's start today's amazing podcast. Okay, so starting off with population, Tennessee of 2025 last year had a population of 7.315, going up by 400,000 over that from 2020, increasing by 5.8. Tennessee, very fast-growing state, and is building population. I think one of the top 15, yes, I think largest in the country. And then, so demographics in 2020, in Tennessee, 70% white, 15% black, African American, and then 7% Latino, and then 4% mixed race or multiracial. So again, primarily a white state, even in the southwest, or the southeast, sorry about that. But yeah, so I would like to note the large growth and population is thanks to many cities that have been growing very much, such as Nashville. Nashville has grown since 2010 by 300,000 over that. Now 300,000, very large gain in population. It's not anything crazy, but it is very good. So now we'll start moving into the cities. One thing that I will be ranking Tennessee on. Now, unlike Alabama, Tennessee delivers with cities. They have an amazing lineup, especially with my cities that I love, Nashville and Memphis. So Nashville is going to be your primarily leader. It used to be actually close with Memphis, but Nashville has 726,000 people as of 2026 and has grown 5,000 in the last year, and I think it's grown around 50,000 since 2020. Crazy gain. An annual change of around 1%, which is a lot. And then also growing, okay, I love Nashville a ton, and one thing I think Tennessee is so cool is all the culture in these big cities and all the musical influence. Nashville, all of the country and the bit of rock and blues. Same thing for Memphis. Memphis is actually more known, but I love Memphis and Nashville. I think I would recommend to go there. Nashville, beautiful. I love all like the signage along the streets, all the cool architecture and that southern vibe. I also love, we crossed the river over this cool bridge, the Cumberland River. It was beautiful. And Nashville, I would definitely recommend. So, Memphis, I think, is also a severely underrated city, and I think it deserves way more. I know all the crime, but I think if you just stay in the city, you are going to love it. It has a beautiful location on the Chickasaw Bluffs, and just the location on that Mississippi River, those views are unbeatable. And I thought Beale Street was pretty cool, but there were some really cool little hidden gem streets in Memphis, so I would recommend. I've also been to Chattanooga, another beautiful city, another great river city on the Tennessee River, and just really cool little restaurants and places. And then Chattanooga has a population of 196. Then there's Knoxville with a population of 203, both experiencing some pretty good population gains. And then other notable cities are suburbs like Murfreesboro, and even Clarksville is a very nice area. So cities, again, I really do think Tennessee does deliver. So moving on to natural beauty. Natural beauty is something Tennessee does a great job. From the beautiful Appalachian Smoky Mountains to the beautiful deltas and bluffs on the Mississippi River and to the beautiful heartlands in the center, I think Tennessee has a beautiful landscape. So now when I think of Tennessee, I always think of the west, the central, and the east. East, you're getting those mountains. Central, those heartlands. And then the west is honestly very similar, I would say, to the central. So again, I do think it's a very beautiful state. Now, when we talk about the diversity in Tennessee, I would say it falls a little bit short behind Alabama, and maybe that is because of a lack it doesn't have any coast, and I do think it is a little behind, but it's very close. I don't think there's a ton besides those mountains in the Central Plains. I wouldn't say there's a ton of diversity in terms of geography, but I do think there's a good amount. So I would probably say like an 18 for diversity, geographical diversity, but that could be argued with. Okay, now we're going to talk about the vibes. So I hope you guys also are all feeling nice and cozy and learning from this. And I hope you find this information helpful in the future if you're planning a trip or just wanting to learn more about Tennessee. Okay, so now we move on to the vibes, which is a very controversial, I know, and biased, but I think Tennessee, okay, we got vibes. Tennessee, whether you're in bustling cities like Nashville and Memphis, or even the little heartlands and in those Appalachians, again, I just felt in all those cities, Chattanooga, Nashville, and Memphis, I all felt good. I always felt a sense of good vibes. And then last but not least, things to do. I do think Tennessee has a lot to do, and especially in places like Dollywood and Pigeon Forge, and also the big attractions, and of course, in Memphis, the Civil Rights Museum, in Graceland, one of the second most popular visited home, and also like those, all the museums about the musical history and the culture in Tennessee. Tennessee has such a strong culture. So I do think there are a lot of things to do here. So that concludes the talk. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and now of course we'll get into the ratings and of course come up with a state score. Okay, so we're gonna start off here with the vibes. So I'm gonna give vibes an 8. I think there are very good vibes. Are they like superb vibes, like perfect vibes? No, but I think they're very good vibes. So an 8. Natural beauty, a solid 21 out of 25. I think beautiful natural beauty within the state. And yeah, geographical diversity, I'm gonna give it an 18. I think it's pretty good, but it's not anything crazy. Cities. Now, for cities, I do truly believe that Tennessee has a good lineup. Unlike Alabama, Tennessee has vibrant, amazing cities such as Nashville and Memphis, and of course, even the little cities like Chattanooga, Knoxville, Murfreesboro, Clarksdale. Oh my gosh, I said Clarksdale, are such great little cities too, and I think they do. I especially love Chattanooga. So for cities, I'm going to give it a solid 17.5 out of 20. And then now things to do, another one. I think Tennessee is great. I think Tennessee has a lot to do in the big cities and in the Smoky Mountains, Dollywood, Pigeon Forge, all those great places, and a lot of stuff to do. So I am also going to give a 17.5 out of 20 for things to do. Okay, now, as we rank that against Alabama and against all of our states that I'm going to rank, so far we only have 2, but Tennessee is first with 81, and then Alabama will be second with 73. Okay, well, that's it, everyone. This is State Series signing out. I hope everyone enjoyed the podcast, and I hope to see you listen to our next podcast on Virginia. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.